Today I want to talk about people who seek validation and why really I think it's okay to seek validation to a certain extent. Okay, so a lot of guys rip on women for seeking validation, which I get. I'm guilty of it, honestly. But at the end of the day, everybody seeks validation to some extent. You know what I mean? It's like when people go to the gym and work out, like, we all swear it's not for other people, but like, you can't lie. Once you start getting those gains and girls start noticing, like, or guys if you swing that way, I don't give a fuck. But once people start noticing, like, yeah, that feels pretty fucking good, as it should, because we're fucking human. Everybody wants a little pat on the back and like a good job, kiddo. You know, that's just how we are. There's nothing wrong with seeking validation to an extent. Now, if you're some fucking clout demon, whatever the fuck, relax. Like, come on now. But to a certain extent, everybody seeks validation. And that's okay. It's in our nature.
Hazard reported ahead in a quarter mile. You're still on the fastest
Sorry
route.
about that. But anyways, everybody seeks validation to a certain extent. Now, how we go about getting it, of course, though, that also plays a factor. Like, if you're somebody who's doing a bunch of stupid shit, like doing a backflip off a building, breaking your spine for fucking views on YouTube, you're an actual fucking spurg. Please stop. But anyways, when we go and we get an accomplishment in school or in the workplace, or we go make a new invention that's super fucking cool, we want validation. Like, we want people to recognize that.
Second lane from right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, why else are you doing things? Even if you're seeking internal validation, that's still fucking validation, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that admitting it.
Right,
like, yeah, I want a good job every now and then. Fuck yeah, I do. Yeah, I go get a sack. I sack the quarterback. I want a pat on the back of my coach. Fuck yeah, bro. Why not? Like, I'm working for it. Why would I do
Take
something
the exit,
that?
then keep right onto Bruckner Boulevard.
Why would I do something that either I don't care about? Like, why would I do something I don't respect myself for doing, or at least it's something that's gonna make somebody else respect me? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like, why would I do something? What I'm trying to say is, why do something if either you or nobody else is gonna give a fuck? If somebody else gives a fuck, like, it's kind of validation. Sorry, pal, that's validation.
Keep right.
It's okay to seek validation. Some people are just, I don't know why some people are like so against it. Like, oh my God, seeking validation is so terrible. Like, ego is the enemy. But to a certain extent, it's a good thing. It helps you strive for more, if anything. It's like once you reach one level of success and you get this amount of praise, you're just like, whoa, why can't I go to the next level? It's like, well, for me, for example, when I was playing high school football, I was always like, oh man, I don't really know if I'm that good at it. Then scholarships started coming in, and I don't think about the NFL yet. But let's say I go to college and I bug out, like, I'm gonna start thinking about it. Fuck it. Like, right now, I'm thinking, why can't I go to college and perform well? I did it in high school. I got my scholarships. Like, why not? And that's gonna apply for almost every field of whatever you do. If you're playing fucking video games, you get real good at a video game. You're gonna start thinking, like, why can't I go pro? Why can't I go to fucking a Dota tournament or some shit? There's nothing wrong with that. That's a fucking good thing. That's how strong men are created. I don't want to say breeded. Breed is fucking weird. But anyways, yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with seeking validation. Most people do it deep down. Like, there's nobody on this earth who's gonna be like, oh, fuck you, if you're all like, yeah, good job, man, way to go. And a lot of people, it's like, when they see someone else getting validation, they turn into a fucking hater. Like, have you seen some of these comments on like Twitter and shit? Even though Twitter's a fucking cesspool, it's like somebody's doing something good, and instead of just being like, yeah, good job, somebody's in the fucking comments being a damn dick sucker, talking about some, oh, this guy did it better, this guy did it first, oh, blah blah, he didn't do this though. Why are you being so fucking negative? And realistically, it's because they want that validation for themselves. Now, I know some people are gonna fucking cope and be like, oh no, fuck no, I don't want. I'm like, no, I don't want that. No. But come the fuck on. If that was you getting that validation, you'd be cool with it. You're not gonna fucking complain.
Continue straight.
And that's okay.
Use the right lane to turn onto Legend Avenue.
Just fucking admit it. But don't be a dickhead in the comment section when somebody else is getting praise. Like, if you want that fucking praise, go beat that guy. Fuck that. Like, be like, fuck that guy. I can do that. Go do that shit. What the fuck? Like,
use the right lane to
this is
turn
why
onto
I'm always
Legend
talking
Avenue.
about competition.
Then turn left
Competition
onto
is a
Southern
good
Boulevard.
thing. Now, of course, some people are toxic as fuck with competition. That's when it starts to become like a bad thing, of course. But to a certain extent, competition is a good thing. We are dudes. We're supposed to have that shit. If you have a brother, you want to fucking compete with that dude, and it's normal to you because you were raised that way. A lot of dudes weren't raised that way anymore, and of course, that's not our fault. But that's how it's supposed to be. Anyways, moral of the story: don't be a dick sucker. Peace.